If you're watching this video, the chances are you've experienced your Chromebook getting hijacked. You're working happily on your Chromebook when all of a sudden these odd screens pop up. And you hear this announcement that's about as welcome as a demogorgon.
Windows security and privacy alert.
Now your computer is suddenly frozen. You're being advised to call a particular number and to enter some information, and you can't do anything with your computer. It's basically bricked. First of all, you need to realize that anything that pops up on a Chromebook saying it's from Windows Security or Windows Defender is a scam because Chromebooks operate on Chrome OS. Your Chromebook has its own built-in automated security system. So anything that's apparently from Windows, a Windows security alert, is a scam. Now, you probably have two very normal simultaneous reactions when you hear this shrill, awful voice on your Chromebook that has the nerve to threaten you with data loss or identity theft.
Do not attempt to shut down or restart your computer. Doing that may lead to data loss and identity.
Both bogus, empty threats, by the way. Job number one is to turn off that awful voice. Fortunately, that's easy enough to do, but you sort of forget it in the moment because the voice is so alarming. But you just reach up and touch your mute button on your Chromebook, and voila, the voice goes away. Your second reaction might be to wonder, what just happened? Aren't Chromebooks supposed to be safe against malware and viruses? Well, they are, but of course the problem is that bad actors out there are constantly coming up with ways to work around the safeguards put into place. So how do you unhijack your Chromebook? First of all, do not call the number on the screen and do not enter any information about yourself. If you have mistakenly entered your information into your Chromebook, go back into your accounts once you gain access back to your Chromebook and change your passwords. But first you have to get access to your Chromebook, of course. So how do you do that? Well, the fix is simple. You have to do something called a Powerwash. This is simple, but it also can be a little tricky, and I'll explain why. My husband has an Acer Chromebook he bought in 2023, and this is how he gets it to Powerwash. He holds down the power off button to close it down. He holds down the Control, Alt, Shift, and R keys simultaneously and then presses the power on button. He selects restart. Then he gets the option to power wash, which he then selects. The tricky part is these aren't instructions that you remember offhand. They're sort of detailed, although they're simple. So if I'm not around with my iPad to look up the instructions, it's a little bit more difficult for him to noodle out what exactly he's supposed to do. If you have a second computer or an iPad at home, no problem. You can look up the instructions and apply them to your Chromebook. If you don't have an alternate computer, then it's a good idea to Google the instructions and make a printout for yourself so that it's handy for when you need it. A power wash is not going to remove your bookmarks, but it will remove any files that you've saved to your Chromebook. My husband doesn't save files to his Chromebook. He basically uses it to surf the internet. But if you do save files to your Chromebook, it's a good idea to save them to Google Drive or Dropbox. Don't depend on your Chromebook because hijacks happen. So yes, but the bookmarks will be there. You have to sign into your Chromebook with your Google account, and that will reinstate your bookmarks. We found that usually after a power wash, the print on his computer, the font, seems to get very small. So we have to go into Google settings and restore it to the size that it was that he prefers. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope especially that it's been helpful. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. And if you have any tips for your fellow Chromebook users for safely browsing the internet, please leave them below. Thank you.